The real bread that's cast on the water is the bread that calls someone's attention to himself, to the genuine identity, to the honest identity. This is what casting bread on the water is. This is what this activity I'm engaged in this moment is. Telling myself of my honest and truthful identity. And you know, this is done not by accepting a world full of unregenerate and uncomprehending mortals who need to hear what I have to say. No way. But by steadfastly standing at the desireless and motiveless state of already perfect awareness. Awareness, God's awareness. Acknowledged. And then, if it should seem the happy thing to do, if it seems the natural or beneficial action, I say to what appear to me as others what seems to be the thing which lessen or appears to lessen their grip on a separate selfhood, an identity that doesn't exist. And actually these words are terribly incorrect, for it isn't their grip. They have no power to grip unless it is given them from my Father in heaven. There could be no dream at all but one's own dream of a world filled with humanity. An old Oriental summed this up very well once when he said, people are, after all, straw dogs. And he says, remember that the perceived do not perceive. Well, now, that leaves the onus right here as this awareness being I, being you, to set the world straight by understanding what's going on. Awareness perceives. The images within awareness do not perceive. The images within awareness do not understand. Awareness is understanding happening. Identified as awareness, we are that understanding going on. God's understanding going on. Once again, when one asks himself, what am I? He can answer, God's self-knowledge is this awareness I am. Who am I? Well, God is the only identity. God, truth, reality is being the all that is being this awareness I am. Mind is being this functioning awareness that is I. What is my responsibility? Awareness itself has no responsibility but to be itself, to be awareness. And each of us is self-evidently aware of being the being which God is. Well, what plans and calculations are necessary? That is, what about thought-taking? How necessary is it? No plans are necessary. No calculations are necessary for any reason, under any circumstances, at any time. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't plan and that we don't calculate and that we don't come to conclusions. But there is a great deal of difference between coming to a conclusion as awareness and coming to a conclusion as one who believes himself to be the possessor and owner of awareness. There's a tremendous difference between being awareness within which thoughts unfold, understood and recognized to be God's thoughts, and to be the possessor of awareness within which his own thoughts are unfolding, confused and miserable and misleading. There's a tremendous difference between these two. But as awareness, we have no responsibilities whatever. This does not mean that I am not aware of infinite, separate, and distinct ideas and things, which are qualities and attributes that mind or reality, or the ineffable is being. Just as the sunlight is being all colors, even so reality, isness, the ineffable, is being all things within awareness. The trees, the mountains, the children playing, the Christmas trees, the water on the river. Is there any matter? Well, to quote a well-known statement of Mary Baker Eddy's, all is infinite mind and its infinite manifestation. Mind's manifestation would only be manifest to mind itself, because its infinity precludes another mind to behold it, yet infinite mind is self-evidently known to itself. To itself, that is, infinite mind is aware of being, aware of itself, aware of its own infinity. Infinite mind's self-knowledge appears to itself as an infinity of perfect qualities and attributes. The tangibility and definitiveness of infinite mind's own qualities and attributes is the universe, and it's perfect and harmonious in all ways. And it's that way already. The universe itself is the body of God. But you know, the tangible universe is not God itself. While infinite mind contains its own self-knowledge, that is, the things of the universe, this self-knowledge is within mind. As one might consider the letters of the alphabet as within the alphabet. It isn't possible for a single thing in the universe to exist outside mind. There is no matter in mind, therefore a thing, a tangible thing, is not material. If by material one means a thing in one place and mind, my mind in another place. Really, by material, the one asking the question often means, is something really there? You know, is that tree really there? Yes, something is there. But there, the term there, is actually here as this awareness. I am. Well, does the thing out there have any value? None. None at all. The infinite mind itself is the value. Just like the gold illustration that we've used so often for nearly 30 years now indicates that gold is the value, while yellow is a powerless attribute of gold. Malleable, a powerless attribute of gold. Heavy, or whatever else, expensive, are all attributes of gold. But the authority lies with gold itself. No object of awareness, be it called gold, mother, Bible, book, tree, food, money, or Carter's little liver pills, has any value of its own. None at all, at all, at all. All that is by virtue of the fact that isness is, reality is, the ineffable is, that God is, that mind is, that being is. Well, someone asks this point always, then where does the dream come in? Where does the belief and dream of material living begin? Good question. The dream enters when someone says, I am aware of being. That one, himself a dream, identifies himself as a man who possesses a very precious faculty, which he calls his awareness, his life. He limits what awareness beholds to the seeing of his eye and the hearing of his ear, to the presentation of his senses. He limits infinity and sees us through a glass darkly. He says, this limited awareness of mine is the activity of my mind, and here he ricochets about in his dream world, judging everything he sees, attaching value and importance to every limited appearing of the divine mind's infinitude of